What is up, guys? My name is Nate. Welcome to the channel. I put out a community post and asking you guys for questions. If you had any questions, burning questions, you guys delivered. There's a lot of questions out there, and I'm going to try to get to all of them. Might not be able to get to everything, but I'll do my best. So this comment has two questions. Thank you for your questions, by the way. I really do appreciate the questions. Two, what is your best iris-based fragrance in your collection, excluding Dior Homme Intense? You know me too well. And then the second one was, what is the most you would consider spending on a single fragrance? What amount is considered to be too expensive? The first one would probably be Prada L'Homme. I'm a basic bitch. The one that's like a runner-up though, honestly, and they're really tied, is Gentleman Blasé. That one is a super great fragrance. The only downside to it is it doesn't last very long. I layer it with some ISO-E Super, and that does, you know, the trick for it. But for the most part, it would be Prada L'Homme. And I know it's a basic approach, but those would be my really two. Considering how much I would spend on a single fragrance, 300 is really pushing it for me. Really is. But I know with prices going up and everything, 300 might be a little low. So I'm going to say 400. If I added it to my cart and it came up 402, I'd not buy it. Do you think that Dior Homme Parfum will ever be readily available, or are they doing this as an angle? I also love the channel. Thank you for your comment. There's this marketing concept within marketing, just in general, is manufactured demand. And fragrances and fragrance YouTubers, they want to kind of be careful with what I say. I mean, it's no secret, but every time a fragrance reviewer says, this is being discontinued, go buy it right now, make sure that there's not an affiliate link in the description, because the fragrance industry runs off of manufactured FOMO, fear of missing out. It's always like, this fragrance is the best thing in the world and it's gonna pull you in all these chicks, but it's being discontinued. Go and buy it now. Is a bunch of fucking baloney. 100% of your fragrances in your collection pull compliments, pull girls, pull whatever you want. Smell great in the club, whatever you want. It's all manufactured bullshit. Whoa, I'm going on like a rant here. Whoa. Anyway, that's just my thoughts on it. I believe it's manufactured demand, but Hey Nate, when and how did you begin your fragrance journey? Really early on, I was like, I think I was like 8 or so, 8 or 9, 10, I think. But my family went to like discount stores, like Ross's and Burlington's and that kind of thing. I bought this James Bond bottle. I need to order it 20 bucks or so, 10 bucks or so, something really cheap. I need to order a bottle just for nostalgic purposes, but very early on. So like very early on, I was always smelling great. And then as a teenager, I wore Axe body spray. I collected the entire Axe body spray line. My brother got pissed at me because I remember he was wearing Phoenix. And when I bought a bottle of Phoenix, he's like, dude, that's my scent. And so I had to give that to him. But I got into Old Spice. I was wearing Old Spice Fiji. Axe body spray Kilo was like my, signature scent as a teenager. But then I got Polo Red. I was working at Walgreens and I got Polo Red on a sale. I bought another bottle of Polo Red. His girlfriend at the time, she bought me a bottle of Polo Blue, and then I bought a Polo Black. Then I bought Armaf Voyager Blue. That was my main scent for a long time. And then I got more involved with fragrances after Voyager Blue. I started getting more heavily into fragrances, mainly to battle my grief that I was dealing from. Longer story, but I developed like a shopping addiction that, I was soothing. Where did your passion for fragrances come from and how long? I think I just answered that, hopefully. How much money would you say you've spent on fragrances so far? I would say, with all the bottles that I bought previous to this, I would say 7 grand, probably. It's incredibly humbling, adding up all your costs for your fragrances. Very humbling. Which fragrance in your collection is your wife's favorite? I don't have a wife. I have 7. No, I have a girlfriend, and I don't really know what her favorite. She doesn't really comment on them unless I ask her. So I'll have to get to the bottom of that. But what kind of music do you listen to, and what's your favorite artist? So right now, my favorite, and it has been for the past 2 years, is The Midnight. My favorite song right now is River of Darkness. A little depressing, but it fits so perfectly within my life, and it has been for the past few years. But River of Darkness by The Midnight, and The Midnight are just excellent. Best designer house in your opinion, best niche house in your opinion, or more than one. What do you like from each house? It's a tough one. That is a real tough one. I would say my favorite designer house is Armani. Armani, because I have Armani Code is one of my favorites, and then, you know, Acqua di Gio. I've learned so much of those two. And I want to get more into Stronger With You. So I feel like Armani is like one of my favorites. Chanel is high up there, but Chanel's like a one-hit wonder, honestly. Blue de Chanel, and then Dior. Dior is good. I like Dior. So it'd be Armani or Dior for my designer house. My favorite niche brand is, man, Mancera is one of my favorites. I loved, I had Wave Musk for a long time. Big 4 point, I ran out of that one. That was good. Cedrat Boisé Intense, Instant Crush. Man, I haven't had a fragrance from Mancera that I did not like. So I would have to say Mancera. Nichane is up there. I love Annie. Hasvat is very good too. I very much enjoy that one. So Nichane and Mancera are pretty high up there. If you had to creatively direct your own fragrance from the Zed creators, what genre scent would you think it would be? That's a big tough one. I mean, I look up to like Ross and Curly Scents and Stay Fresh, Justin. Those guys are like top tier for me. But you know, like I've never really thought about creating my own fragrance, and so I would have it like the Dior Homme 2020 kind of style, the woody, the bergamot, the freshness at the top, maybe a little bit of apple in there, and then add some vanilla in there, and then just round it out with a little bit denser woods. Maybe actually, you know what, some sandalwood in the base instead of deeper woods. I don't know, that's what I would kind of go. I think that would do well, and I would wear the shit out of that. Do you prefer Mercedes-Benz Club Black or Mancera's Cedrat Boisé? I want to buy both of them. Why is Nichane perfumes underrated? I don't think they're underrated. I think they are a nicher house, so they're not like that designer level, but designers have so much more going on. They have clothes, they have, you know, pocket watches, whatever the fuck that means. They've got a lot more going on. So they you know, they got more tentacles in the whole water. So I feel like unless Nichane is producing like t-shirts, if they're only doing perfumes, they only have a little bit of the niche market. But I don't think they're underrated at all. A fragrance for life. Oh, that's really tough. I love Dior Homme 2020. I do. I love Bleu de Chanel Parfum. I love Dior Homme Intense. I would have to say, this is no comment. I'd have to say Bleu de Chanel Parfum. What is the best hidden gems? You know, I really don't know, because I haven't been reviewing fragrances that long. My channel is quite new. I just started, and I haven't really been testing fragrances for their you know, hidden factor. I would have to say that Terre de Mes Eau Intense Vetiver is kind of a hidden gem for me. I bought it because no one was talking about it and everyone hated it, and I bought it and I really liked it. But I don't think that's a hidden gem. I don't really have any hidden gems, really. What's the best way to apply a fragrance? Just apply it. It doesn't matter if you're spraying it on, you know, hot points or pulse points or on your clothes. Just apply it. If you wanted to be religious about it, you could do 2 behind the ears, 1 on your neck, and then 2 on your chest, and that should do you pretty well. Do you ever see Roja Doves? I've never smelt it before. Sorry. How do you feel about EDT and EDP of Bad Boy? So I don't like the EDT. I just don't get that hemp note. Or is it the Le Parfum? I haven't smelt it in a very long time, so I can't really accurately give my thoughts on it. It's probably been like 3 years, 2 years since I've smelled any of them. So I really wouldn't be able to give great advice on that. Least favorite fragrance, something that you really wish you wouldn't have bought. Aqua Atlantique. It's got this like Old Spice swagger, shower gel, punch you in the face kind of smell to it. And I don't necessarily want to be smelling like a teenage boy's locker room. I don't know. If you like it, then all power to you, but that's just, I wish I bought it and I wore it once and then I never sprayed it again and I just sold it. And by the time I sold it, it went up in value. So I was like, I actually made some money on it. So that was pretty cool. Thoughts on the one EDP. So I don't have a one EDP. I gave it to a friend. Did like the scent. The scent was really good. Got that, it's that amber, it's that tobacco. I wore it on when I was dating. The girls actually like really enjoyed it, really liked it. So it is good. I got probably 7 compliments from different girls that I was dating at the time. Good reactions. Most likely going to buy another bottle of it, a 3.4 ounce bottle of it eventually. One fresh and one sweet. Fresh one would be Bleu de Chanel Parfum or Diorum 2020. One of those two. Sweet one, this is a tough one. I would have to say right now, just thinking about it, Mercedes-Benz Club Black. Either that one or Annie by Nishane. Hey Nate, what is your take on Ambroxan and ISOE Super in fragrances? I like him. I am actually going to buy an Ambroxan, just pure Ambroxan form spray, so I can layer it with my Dior Sauvage Parfum. I think it amplifies the fragrances. I think it changes the fragrance character a little bit, but I don't mind that if I get increased longevity. I sprayed on, this past week, I sprayed on Noir Extreme by Tom Ford, just the regular one. And there is performance issues with that one. And when I sprayed on the ISOE Super and the fragrance too, I got 12 hours. I was smelling it the next day. On Sunday, I was smelling it. And that's incredible. I think it's incredible. So I'm not like a fragrance connoisseur where, I want nothing but pure oils. It's not that I could care less, but I feel like the reason we wear fragrances is just to smell good all day. Ambroxan and ISOE Super, they make that possible. I'm in my 50s and I would love a signature scent. Please point me in the right directions. Thanks in advance. Cheers. Great guy there. It really depends on like what you like to wear, but honestly, Terre de Mez Eau Intense Vetiver is one of my favorite, very masculine, but it has like some juicy citruses in there. Acqua di Gio Profumo and Acqua di Gio Profondo are very good stuff. They're a little basic, but those are great too, and they smell amazing. Everybody loves the way they smell. La Nuit de l'Homme Le Parfum is a beautiful scent. If you get some ISOE Super and La Nuit de l'Homme Le Parfum, spray on just the fragrance when you're just doing like work stuff or everyday stuff, and when you're going out or you want to project off more, layer it with some ISOE Super, and it is a beautiful scent. But a lot of different ones. It really depends on like what you like to wear. I'm always up for discussing those kind of things. Those are what I really like. So 3 top perfumes for life. Bleu de Chanel Parfum, like I said before, I would have to do. Tom Ford's Ombre Leather, I have to go with that one. And Cedroit Boisé, really. I know those are 3 like really basic generic things, but just off the top of my head, like those 3 are superb. I appreciate all of you, and I love making content for you guys. So if you want to see more fragrance related content, hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. That helps too. We'll see you later, guys.